Look at Daddy. Look at Daddy. Do you love Daddy? Yes, you do. Do you love Daddy? Yeah. Where do you want to go? What do you want to...
Let's play in the grass.
You can't do nothing around here without being filmed.
What's going on?
Got some wood.
You got wood?
I got wood. For the pig stable. Pig sty you're doing it. What?
Nothing.
What's so funny?
I don't know, nothing.
Smirking at me.
Not really much is happening today. I had a bit of a clear up this morning of all the mess that I made putting the zinc on the roof. So, yeah. So what we can do today is continue the antique tour because I enjoy talking about antiques. So let's do that. Have I told you the story of the chandelier which hangs in the dining room? This is a really interesting story. And a lot of work went into the chandelier to have it looking how it is now and also hanging it in the room, which was a bit of a nightmare. I'm currently stood on the dining table. It will support my weight just to get a little bit closer to it. Right, this chandelier was originally found on a eBay listing. An eBay listing in France, and it was down in Aix-en-Provence. So it's quite, yeah, it's quite far away. And the original listing price was 4,000 euros, but it didn't look like this. It looked, it was completely like black and tarnished, and it had literally no electrics because it was all knackered. It literally had no crystals either. And a lot of the arms were snapped. Anyway, so I made an offer on the listing on eBay. It said make an offer, and I put 1,500 euros. And I thought, you know, that's a fair offer, especially considering the condition of it. I didn't realise it was this big though. Anyway, the seller, he messaged back and he said, if you want it for 1,500, come and get it for 1,500. It was 6,000 or 7,000 before, and he reduced the price to 4, and I managed to get it for 15. So at the time, Gwen and I had a small blue Toyota Yaris, and we were at the chateau. I think we're probably in our first year here, maybe second year, and so we went down there, just me and Gwen. It was quite nice. It was a bit of a break at the same time. And we got there and it was absolutely huge. And I knew it would be quite big going by the dimensions, but I just didn't realise how big. So from the very top all the way down, we dismantled it and we numbered every single piece. So we knew exactly how it went back together. We took all of the arms off. They literally unbolt and put them all in boxes, all the crystals. It took us hours, and then we drove home. So when we got it home, we completely cleaned it. It needed a really good clean. I don't think it was originally gilt because there was literally nothing to show that it was gold underneath, and we took it all back to the base metal. You know, it's still a really nice gold chandelier because it's all bronze. And then we assembled it. No, we cleaned it, assembled it, and then did the electrics. But before we did the electrics, we had to fix some of the arms because they were snapped. Yeah, and then the crystals, actually, funnily enough, these are called Albert spears, and they're not original to the chandelier. I actually ordered these online. You know, they're absolutely lovely and they're really good quality. So it's just leaded glass. So yeah, we don't have light bulbs in every single thing on it because it's too bright. And these are some of the lowest watt bulbs that we can get. Otherwise, you can't even look at it. It's too bright. So that's it's a really good buy, a really interesting story. Let's talk about this obelisk. So this is also quite interesting. There was an antique shop in Rennes where we used to live. This is before we had the chateau, and it was closing down. And I used to visit this antique shop at least once a week to see what was in there, and this was always in there. Anyway, there was like 50% off everything in the shop. So it was originally, I think, €1,000, which I thought was really expensive for what it is, because it's not actually marble. It's just faux marble. So in the end, I negotiated with the 50% off. I think I got it for €150, which I thought was a great price. You know, you don't see obelisks everywhere, but you know, it's a really nice piece and it's a little bit different. Another interesting story. So this chandelier, I actually bought on eBay UK while we were living in Rennes before the chateau. I saw a listing, and it was just a box of bits of old chandelier, and there were no crystals. They were just like pieces of bronze. And anyway, I think I paid like £90, maybe £80, something like that. So when it arrived, this box of antique bits, it turns out there were 3 of these chandeliers in the box. No crystals, just the frames. And I started going through it. I couldn't believe what I'd bought, because I thought it was absolutely amazing and such a bargain. And this is a proper Empire chandelier. It's really good quality and really old. Anyway, after I started looking through the box, I realised that there was 3 of these, but only enough to make one, unfortunately. So there was only enough for the centre pole, there was only enough for the crown at the top, and even though there was lots and lots of these sconces for the lights, I used all of them on one, even though I could have used maybe enough to make 2. But I've got the rest of it in the basement, and I think all the crystals I literally just bought from other old chandeliers, and I just strung them all together to make this one. So welcome to one of my storage rooms. So I have bought a lot of antiques over the years, and there isn't a place for them all in the chateau at the moment because a lot of the rooms aren't renovated. But let's talk about these 16 dining room chairs, because they are magnificent. So there are 2 carvers which would go at the end of the dining table. So they need the caning redone on them. Some of the bits are okay. You know, it's still in relatively good condition, but a lot of it needs changing. They're Louis the 15th style. I don't know how old they are. They came out of a chateau in Normandy. I paid, I can't remember, I think €1,500 for all 16. But these are all intended for the dining room downstairs. I just need to get them done first. I have no experience doing the cane work on these. I've never done it before, so I'd have to start at some point. There's always something to do here. And these will have to wait a little bit longer, but they will look great. They will look absolutely fantastic in the dining room. And they have some original gilding on them. And it's funny, underneath them all, look how much chewing gum. It's absolutely everywhere. Every single one of them has chewing gum stuck underneath them. So they may have come out of a chateau, but which was probably turned into a school. But they're all solid and they're in great condition. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short antique video. I will keep doing these videos in the future. So yeah, I find them really interesting, and I'm glad that you do. And I've read all the comments, so thank you very much. Yeah, so I'll see you all soon.